Tonight, as summer kicks off and people all over head to their cabins, what you need to know to stop the spread of COVID-19 this Memorial Day weekend. And deemed essential. The president says places of worship should reopen this weekend, saying he'll consider overriding governor's orders. Plus, stay-at-home order extended. Michigan's governor stretches the mandate into June as the UP opens up for business.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Tony is on assignment. Thanks for joining us. Memorial Day is a chance to honor our nation's veterans who gave all, but many also see the holiday weekend as a chance to kick off their summer travel season. This year, under the threat of a pandemic, most people's plans for the long weekend will look a lot different. As a reminder, the Boundary Waters is open to overnight campers. Most of Minnesota's state parks are not. But starting today, the DNR is opening 75 remote state park campsites. More are expected to follow on June 1st. All Minnesota state parks are open for daytime visits. In Wisconsin, the DNR is extending its state park campground closures through June 7th. But they announced today that all state parks will now be open from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and some restrooms will reopen as well. So if you are still planning on hitting the road to take advantage of what is open, health experts have some advice for preventing the spread of COVID-19 along the way. CBS 3's Emma Quinn has more.
This year, COVID-19 means health officials want you to take precautions if you're hitting the road for Memorial Day weekend.
So as you're traveling, just take as few stops on your way to your destination. And if you do make a stop, just make sure you wear a mask if you're able to, keep that social distance.
Carleton County's Public Health and Human Services Department is advising you should stay close to home if you travel, avoiding small communities or areas with vulnerable populations.
Will really help slow down the spread and the adverse effects of COVID.
While health officials are asking people to take precautions when traveling, like wearing a mask and keeping your hands clean, most people are opting to stay home.
I would say in a normal year we would go camping, but because of everything going on, we're just sticking around home.
Barbecuing and staying right at home. Get our groceries and get back home.
Some say they're taking their time getting back into the community, but still maintaining social distancing.
I was really trying to stay away from people at first. You know, now I'm kind of easing myself back into it. But yeah, still staying away from people, I guess.
Okay, let's check in with Dave for a look at the forecast this Memorial Day weekend. Dave, some rain heading our way, right?
Yeah, on one hand, it's a pain because you want a weekend with sunshine when it's a holiday, even a somber holiday like Memorial Day where we pay respect to those fallen. You know, for the last 21 years, I've been doing the parade with the Coast Guard family. Not this year. Things are changing, and our weather's changing too. Rain chances are coming aboard from 3 areas of low pressure. I've been talking about them so much today, I've been getting hoarse here. Hopefully I'll be better for the regular weather when that comes up. But 3 weakish lows are conspiring to bring us rain chances indeed for the weekend. And so our weekend forecast shapes up like this. It's a 40% chance for some showers through Saturday, maybe a slight chance of embedded thunderstorms, but the non-severe variety. 60s by the lake tomorrow, 70s inland. Sunday, even 70s here in Duluth with 60% rain chance. And Memorial Day itself will be a 60% rain chance. Will it even spill into Tuesday? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast in a couple more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. New tonight at 10, Michigan has been one of the states hardest hit by COVID-19 with more than 50,000 cases so far. It's a different story in the Upper Peninsula, where there have been so few cases, non-essential businesses have been given the green light to open. CBS 3's Alex Libby spoke to Ironwood bars and restaurants to get their reaction.
Now that bars and restaurants in Ironwood can open, the question some owners are asking, is it worth it?
I don't believe that elbow to elbow is a real good thing right now.
Deborah Federico is the owner of Mike's Restaurant. She says the risk is definitely not worth the reward.
I think your health is more important than opening the restaurant as long as I can do takeout. I think people will understand that.
At Mike's, takeout has been successful, but Alex Larson is a cook at Brewster Bar, where he says it's not paying the bills.
I have a family to feed, so I have to be out here. I have to do what I can do to feed my family.
He says opening will help, but the customer experience will definitely be different.
Way less seating, 6 feet of distance. We have to make sure after every table, everything is wiped down. We can no longer have salt, pepper, ketchup, mustard on the table. Any of like the gambling machines, pinball machines, you can't have access to those. The jukebox, because they're all touch friendly.
Larson says he is happy to open, but he's worried the worst is yet to come.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous at the same time due to the flock of people who want to come here, due to the fact we don't have cases, and how many people want to get out of the major cities and come up here.
Ironwood normally welcomes visitors in the summer, but this year many are hoping tourists and the virus stays away.
While bars and restaurants are allowed to open in the UP, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is extending her stay-at-home order for other portions of the state until June 12th. The order has been in place since late March and was set to expire May 28th. The measure applies to places of public accommodation such as theaters, gyms, and casinos. She also extended the state's emergency declaration to June 19th. Another blow to central Michigan as a levee break is causing more flooding. The breach happened in Spalding Township, leading the fire department to strongly advise residents nearby to evacuate. The National Guard was called in to help as a couple dozen people are stranded. The Guard is helping local firefighters make rescue missions. The area is about an hour away from Midland Township, where 10,000 people had to evacuate after 2 dam failures led to historic flooding. Former Duluth City Council President Noah Hobbs has decided not to continue his run for St. Louis County Commissioner. Hobbs announced his decision on Facebook today. He was running for the 3rd District seat. He cited his numerous commitments, which include serving on the boards of Chum, PAVSA, and the Lake Superior Zoo. Hobbs also said he didn't want to be the cause of an all-male county board. The DFL endorsed his opponent, Ashley Grimm, at the beginning of May. Joe McCord is also in the race. If you've been cleaning out your closets during this quarantine, well, you are in luck. Goodwill locations are now open. Locations in Duluth, Superior, Ashland, and Brainerd will be open for shopping and donations. Other stores in Hermantown, Kenwood, Bemidji, 2 Harbors, and Virginia will only be open for donations. Increased sanitation and social distancing efforts are being taken at all locations. Starting tomorrow, Duluth will host one of 6 COVID-19 pop-up testing locations across Minnesota. The free tests will be available at the Duluth Armory. You can stop by from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday through Monday or until the supplies run out. Minnesota National Guard members will help conduct the tests. The state says they have the capacity to test about 2,000 people each day. The Duluth site is the only one in our region. You can find the other locations on our website. The United States Census Bureau will begin dropping off packets to Minnesota households next week. Those packets will be delivered to areas that don't receive mail at their physical address. Census officials say the delivery is contactless and they'll be wearing personal protective gear. All field work was suspended on March 18th due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Duluth College of St. Scholastica announced today it plans to reopen to students in the fall. President Barbara McDonald says all the college's campuses will be open, including the residence halls. Classes will be held both in person and online and are set to start September 8th. McDonald says this plan could change if the pandemic circumstances change. She says safety is a top priority, so they'll be making plans for how to maintain social distancing, prepare student health services, and follow athletic conference guidelines. The Wisconsin DNR is considering tighter restrictions on elk hunting in the state. Last year, hunters harvested 10 elk. This year, the DNR board will vote to decide whether to set the limit at 6. They say state hunters should be allowed to kill 3 and Chippewa tribal hunters can take 3. They're also warning hunters not to target older elk as it hurts the future of hunting and elk viewing. The board will vote next Wednesday. The Memorial Medical Center in Ashland announced they'll be resuming most hospital services starting today. Some of those services include rehabilitation and cardiac rehab. Elective surgeries will also resume next Tuesday. Patients are still encouraged to use telehealth visits when they are available. The hospital will continue requiring masks for staff and patients and screening all patients when they arrive. No visitors will be allowed. A big announcement for faith communities today. President Trump announced all houses of worship will become essential and are allowed to reopen, promising to override the governors if faced with obstacles.
The governors need to do the right thing and allow these very important essential places of faith to open right now for this weekend. If they don't do it, I will override the governors. In America, we need more prayer, not less.
We reached out to local churches to hear their thoughts on President Trump's announcement. The Diocese of Superior already planned to offer communion this weekend. They say they're proceeding with caution before holding services with social distancing guidelines in place. We did not hear back from the Diocese of Duluth, but yesterday they told us they plan to resume in-person services Tuesday with limitations and guidelines in place. Minnesota's governor has ordered churches to only have services with 10 people indoors or outdoor services starting June 1st. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, why some are for and some are against the Minnesota State Fair being canceled this summer.
Record high temp for this date, 90 degrees from 1964. Yeah, it won't be that warm this weekend, but it'll be tolerable. And the rain chances, we do need them. And I'll talk about how long they'll stick around, if they'll stick around through this break.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's magical moments. Just plain starstruck. Shop our Memorial Day sale and save 23% or 60-month financing only at Schneiderman's Furniture.
Hello, I'm John Lawyer, the owner of Lawyer Cleaning and Disaster Restoration. We know you are worried about the coronavirus, and we are too. As a first response business, we are prepared to protect our employees and customers. We also realize that if your property has a fire or flood, it cannot wait. We have protective PPE and hospital-grade disinfectants to kill coronavirus, along with other infectious disease. If you experience a disaster in your home or business, Lawyer Cleaning and Disaster Restoration will be here to help. Thank you.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Schneiderman's helps you celebrate life's outrageous moments. More room for the king of the castle. Shop Memorial Day savings on Tempur-Pedic. Queen mattresses starting at $25 a month, only at Schneiderman Sleep.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Even with a gray sky above, it doesn't seem to be slowing down bears down at the surface here. Here's a picture coming in from Floodwood. John Dahlman got a shot of this bear out wandering. And it seems like a lot of bears have been wandering lately. Last night, my son says there were 3 on that weather deck that I had been working from for 5 weeks. A mother and 2 cubs checking things out. Luckily, they didn't find my beehive. And no, I did not leave them out any picnic baskets or even any porridge. So they had to go forage someplace else. Well, we've been foraging and jonesing for some rain, and I think finally now our chance is coming. But first we'll talk about the current conditions. At the airport in Duluth, the sky is getting thicker as the clouds filter in from 3 small low-pressure systems slated to bring us our weekend rain chance. Current temps 57, wind right now is easterly 8 miles per hour, and the relative humidity is 72%. current temperatures inland, 60s for some towns, like from Orr up towards Crane Lake and then jogging back towards International Falls, and down to Big Fork and Grand Rapids, 60s there. Upper 50s for the Mesabi Range, upper 50s around Proctor and Hermantown, and for Moose Lake and Silver Bay too. And then back to the 60s from Solon Springs through Minong to Hayward, and upper or lower 60s here in the Upper Peninsula, mid 50s towards Ashland. High temps tomorrow, probably 50s and 60s right by the lake, and back into at least the low 70s farther inland. So temperatures won't be so bad. And you know, I don't think we're getting a huge constant soaking rain, but with the 3 little lows here, there'll be rain showers here and there, maybe an embedded thunderstorm once in a while. And the current picture shows a couple of showers trying to pop up in our region here. And we're also getting some ground clutter popping up around the Duluth Doppler station. So not much happening right now, but the proverbial weather person, it could, especially after midnight. There's our favorite cop-out. But the reason we get these rain chances, there's those 3 small low-pressure systems, one to the south and one to the northwest and one due west. And if one doesn't get us by hook or by crook, the other one should by the time we get into Monday. And by the time we get into Monday afternoon, rain totals now are starting to perk up here. We could be getting about a ½ inch to maybe even a full inch for a lot of our towns. And again, that's rain we need, so we'll put it to good use, knocking down the fire danger. Now, tonight, temperature-wise, Minnesota goes 44 to 55 with a 30% chance for that rain to begin. And it's a 30% chance in Wisconsin and the UP as well, 49 to 56 for tomorrow. Daytime highs, Wisconsin UP should go 65 by the lake to 74 inland. 40% chance for showers and storms on that side of the border. It's a 40% shot for Minnesota as well with 50s by the lake. And then 67 to 75 farther inland. Extended forecast, the rain chance now does look like it's going to last through a good portion of Memorial Day, but then go away by Tuesday. Temperature-wise around the head of the lakes, we're looking for anything from 67 to 77 this week. And inland, past couple of days, some towns have tasted 80. And for summer's coming around, that's a hard taste to forget about. And it just might come back as the week unfolds, even inland.
All right, thanks, Dave. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic's onset in Minnesota, many residents held out hope that despite all the pain and frustration we've been subjected to day in and day out, there was still the possibility something could be salvaged for our summer season. The Minnesota State Fair was that something, and today officials announced it was canceled for this year. That's the first time the state hasn't had a fair since 1946, before roughly 90% of the state's population was even born, and just the 6th time it's been canceled since it launched. Some feel it's the best thing to do considering the times we live in, but others aren't so sure about that decision. Reg Chapman reports.
Not surprising, disappointing, but you would kind of expect it in the times.
No matter where you go in Minnesota, it's at the forefront of everyone's conversation. Even on the golf course, the cancellation of the Minnesota State Fair is all anyone can talk about.
It's a breeding ground for the virus, so it's unfortunate, but yeah, I'm definitely not surprised.
The decision to cancel the State Fair did not come as a shock to most we spoke with.
It had to happen. We're in unprecedented times, global pandemic. What are you going to do? I mean, you can't social distance at all at the State Fair.
Thoughts of State Fair favorites that will be missed is what some seem to focus on.
Sweet Martha's cookies, probably. That's definitely on the top there.
Then just gathering and people just being in fellowship and just being together, that's the most that you're going to really miss.
But there are some who feel counseling was not the right thing to do.
But with all the crap going on right now, and all these restrictions, it's kind of makes sense, but in my opinion, they could have done something better.
Could have changed where they could have done pre-sale, other options where, not letting people in at the gate, but sell the tickets beforehand.
But in the end, all know they have to accept what is believed to be in the best interest of all.
Just really bummed about it that they can't do something about it to keep the tradition going.
I think it was the right move.
Even with our differences of opinion, what's truly important always shines through.
It's just going to keep the people safe, and that's what we need.
We mentioned this is only the 6th time the State Fair has been canceled in its 161-year history. It wasn't held in 1861 or 62 because of the Civil War and the U.S.-Dakota War. In 1893, there was a scheduling conflict with the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. World War II travel restrictions prevented a fair in 1945, and in 1946, it was the polio pandemic that canceled the fair. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, the city of Duluth is launching a new initiative to help kids feel more comfortable during the pandemic. We have the details coming up.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by, ready to help.
Shopping for a new kitchen at Skip's has never been better. Take home your dream kitchen today with Skip's new Glenwood and White cabinets. Enjoy freedom and flexibility with your own movable island today. You can rely on Skip's for quality and durability at affordable prices. Stop by with your measurements and see how you can take home beautifully painted or stained cabinets today at a truly affordable price. Visit us online at skipshomecenter.com or stop in to see our showroom at 4728 Rice Lake Road, Duluth.
Only your Steel dealer has the legendary tools to take on your to-do list. Real Steel. Find yours. Save $20 on the hard-working MS-170 chainsaw or the easy-to-use BG56 CE blower. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Always at a local Steel dealer.
For 50 years, family-owned Crenson has proudly been serving the Twin Ports and surrounding communities. We make the vehicle buying process simple, straightforward, and stress-free. Drive away in a 2020 Honda CR-V today with 1.9% financing for 60 months or 2.9% financing for 72 months. We're open. Stop in any time, or if you prefer, call for a no-contact appointment for sales or service. Visit us online for our complete inventory listing. Crenson, 2 locations, 1 great team.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
We want to say thank you.
Thank you.
To the first responders. Thank you.
To the truck drivers.
And delivery people. Thank you. Thank you. To the doctors.
The nurses. And all the hospital workers.
The grocery store workers.
The janitors.
And sanitation workers.
Show them kindness, patience, and gratitude. They are the real heroes.
Thank you for all of your bravery and hard work.
Thank you all.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
The COVID-19 pandemic has been a challenging time for everyone, including kids. The city of Duluth started a new initiative to help them feel more comfortable during this confusing time. It's called the Duluth Youth Mask Project. Kids can download a template on the city's website and color a mask they would want to wear. After it's submitted to the city, they'll choose several to feature in a special way. Duluth Mayor Emily Larson hopes it also inspires parents to have a conversation about COVID-19 with their kids.
We want kids to know that wearing a mask is, it may be different, it may be uncomfortable, but it's not scary. It's a way to have a conversation as a family about this virus and about some very simple actions you can choose to do that are proactive.
Design submissions are due by 5 o'clock on June 5th. We have the details on how you can participate on our website. Coming up in sports, a big step forward in resuming the NHL season. Kelly's in with the details next.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on live local CBS3 Duluth.
May is Maytag month at Johnson Mertz, and there's no better time than right now to get huge savings on dependable Maytag appliances. Every Maytag laundry and kitchen appliance is on sale and includes additional factory rebates and incentives, plus 0% financing for 12 months. So stop in now and get your dependable Maytag appliances from Johnson Mertz, the Northland's most knowledgeable appliance experts. Johnson Mertz, it's a trusted name.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Whether it's protecting your lawn or your pets, Fleet Farm has what you need. This week, save online and in stores on things like Frontline Plus flea and tick control. On sale starting at $34.99. Cashews, 1 pound bags are $5.99. Diamond Crystal Bright and Soft Pellets, 40-pound bags are $4.59. And Mix or Match annual flowers and vegetables, 48-count flats are $19.99. No matter the job, we've got you covered. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
The College of St. Scholastica has always been a leader in healthcare education. Online, in Duluth, and throughout Minnesota. Earn your certificate or degree in an in-demand field. Choose your path at css.edu/health.
I'm Dr. Ann Stephen with Essentia Health.
And I'm Dr. Nick Van Dielen with St. Luke's.
We all want to do our part to keep our community safe.
And there is something very important that you can do to help.
Join Essentia Health and St. Luke's as we partner to collect 10,000 homemade masks.
These masks will be used by healthcare workers, patients, and visitors to help prevent the spread of COVID-19.
This is the land of 10,000 masks.
And know that we are very grateful for your gift.
I don't believe there's another meteorologist in this area who has the experience and years that Dave has.
He's an Ely guy, he's local, he's been here.
His experience, that's something that's really special to CBS3.
He's just like this bastion of knowledge. He remembers everything.
Get to know Dave Anderson weekday nights on live local CBS3.
Here at the Colorado Group, the health and well-being of our customers and employees is our top priority. Kohler has been privileged to serve this community for over 50 years. Our sales, service, and parts departments are open to serve you by appointment in order to provide a safe and healthy dealership visit. If you cannot make it to us, we will gladly come to you with a non-contact shopping or service experience. Please visit Colorado.com to set up your appointment today at any one of our family-owned dealerships.
A big update to the state of the National Hockey League tonight. The National Hockey League Players Association has come to an agreement on a season-resuming format. According to Pierre LeBrun of The Athletic, the NHLPA has agreed to a 24-team playoff format that would ultimately resume the NHL season. LeBrun added that there are a number of other important issues and elements that go into the decision to move forward that still need to be negotiated. But this is a huge step forward in hopefully resuming hockey. He expects an announcement coming from the NHL in the coming days. The NFL is looking at a proposed rule change, including a rule that would eliminate the onside kick. Under the proposal offered by the Philadelphia Eagles, the onside kick would be replaced by one play where the team would need to gain at least 15 yards to retain possession. Onside kicks have had just a 10.4% success rate over the last 2 seasons. A similar proposal was rejected last year, but the league did try it during the 2019 Pro Bowl. The 32-team owners will vote on the proposals during their virtual meeting scheduled for May 28th. The Gondik Speedway officially wrapped up their first doubleheader of live racing tonight. For the past 2 nights, fans have filled the Speedway grounds for the Minnesota Modified Nationals event, the first real sporting event in the Twin Ports in the last 2 months. The track received state and county approval to open its doors with special guidelines, including mandatory temperature checks, hand sanitizing stations, and social distancing policies. The racing season in Superior will continue next week with their Friday night at the races feature. Now, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, the athletic programs are going to have to likely make drastic decisions regarding the future of their respective sports. We've already seen this at the professional level and very much at the collegiate level. And as of today, college hockey will no longer exist in the South, at least at the Division I level. If you're not a die-hard college hockey fan, you may not have heard much of Alabama Huntsville. Today, the university announced that it would be suspending the men's ice hockey program, citing financial difficulties amongst the COVID-19 pandemic. The Chargers were a member of the newly formed Western Collegiate Hockey Association. The program was already facing a challenge geographically, being one of 3 WCHA teams that were outliers in terms of distance. The UMD men's hockey team have faced the Chargers 4 times, both series back in the past decade. So with that, the WCHA has 9 teams remaining in its conference. At this time last year, the 7 of the schools announced their intention to leave the WCHA and join other conferences. That leaves Alaska and Alaska Anchorage, the only teams without a conference. And sticking with college sports news, it looks like Division I athletes, that includes the University of Minnesota Duluth ice hockey programs, will have the ability to return to their sports on a voluntary basis. The approval applies to all Division I sports for voluntary athletic activities starting on June 1st. The Division I Council voted on the decision earlier this week. The NCAA is also extending the ability for teams to meet virtually through June 30th. The league added that schools are expected to make decisions based on the health, safety, and well-being of their student athletes and in compliance with local, state, and federal regulations. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Skin Renewal Center, reminding you to apply sunscreen 15 minutes before heading out for fun in the sun.
Let's drive forward together in a new Duluth Dodge Ram Warlock Northwoods edition. 0 down, 36-month lease, $248 a month. True 0 down. It's a Duluth Dodge Blue Ribbon lease. Duluth Dodge 4755 Miller Trunk Highway or DuluthDodgeMinnesota.com.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. Going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5. Duke.
I'm Dr. Carolyn Phelps, licensed psychologist. In the wake of this pandemic, many of us are feeling over-challenged and overwhelmed. If you or someone you care about is struggling with anxiety, depression, or any other mental health problem, please know this: getting help matters. Mental health care is essential care, and it's still available. Simply contact a local mental health care provider yourself or ask someone you trust whom they'd recommend. Now more than ever, reach out for help.
As businesses reopen, it's important to support the shops, dealerships, and service providers who hire local workers and drive our economy.
I don't know anybody that works at Amazon, but I have friends and neighbors who work at local businesses.
You can help. Spend your money here. Shop local when you shop online. Mini deliver or have curbside pickup.
And they're keeping things safe for you.
Remember this when you buy and support local. Invest in the Northland.
And when we get back, are people going to have money? And I think people are going to be raring to do something.
It really just kind of came to a screeching halt.
Another industry feeling big impacts from the COVID-19 pandemic, Duluth's local arts community. From live theater to musicians to photographers, I'm taking a closer look at how their daily lives have changed and how these artists are working to recover.
Surviving the Intermission, May 29th at 10.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the DW crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on social media and discoverwisconsin.com for behind-the-scenes content and great Wisconsin giveaways, including a chance to win a free vacation. This week's featured prize package could take you to the Hayward Lakes area. Just visit discoverwisconsin.com for details.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Before we go, the Willow River Area School honored the class of 2020 tonight with a socially distanced parking lot graduation. Check that out. Graduates got to listen into speeches and take a drive-up photo with their diploma. They were then led by emergency vehicles around the town where school staff, friends, and families celebrated with them. Congratulations to them. What a cool way to honor those graduates. Let's get a quick look at the weather before we head into the weekend here.
All right, we'll fire up the 7-day forecast, which starts on a cloudy and rainy note. 30% chance for rain here till about midnight tonight. Then it picks up to a 40% shot through Saturday and jumps to a 60% chance Sunday and Monday. And now by Monday night, we may get some decent rain totals that could put a dent in the fire danger.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.